Welcome to all the rotten people online. We are Carcassa Podcast, and we are very proud today to bring you a piece of art and a great director that for us is we are very honored to have with us today. That is from Russia, Andrey Iskanov.
Hello, my name is Andrey Iskanov. I am a director of such films like Nails, Visions of Suffering, Philosophy of a Knife, Ingression, Breaking Ouroboros, and G-Spot.
Yeah,
Very
we
nice to meet you and very nice to answer your questions.
Thank you very much. We talked about nails some weeks ago, and we everybody loved it. Even people that didn't saw it before, and so I we are very happy to have you here. Um, for the people that that are not aware about your works, you are a director, and you are particularly involved in movies that we can define as extreme, let's say. So with it's not movies for everyone, let's say, not movies for families.
Yes, that's right. It's not a movie for everyone, but at those time when I did a Nails movie, I was much more interested in surrealism, and it's visible in Nails. It's a lot of symbolism there. Uh, uh, lead hero, main hero of the movie, he has no name because it's not any real character. He's a symbol. It's himself. He's have a name in credits as Hitman, and his girlfriend is a girl. It's a hit girl because it's not a real characters. It's a symbolic figures, symbolic characters. Everything, almost everything in nails have symbolic means. Uh, like uh, when hero open cans and start eating enter human fingers, insects, everything. It's a metaphor how made modern food from markets from food markets from which it was made actually. Normally we don't see it, but it's nails was half surrealism, half social sci-fi, uh, symbolic movie. Basic idea was that in normal condition, our brain can see much things which exist, but we can't see them, like ultraviolet, X-rays, radio waves, a lot. And uh, what we see, it's not what really, how it really exists. Everything what we see, processed by our brain, like a filter. And in nails, my hero, by way of rude physical impact on his own brain, destroying this filter and see how everything looks in reality, not like our illusion perception of things, but he see through essence of things, everything, how looks food, how looks his girlfriend, his true essence, and at end how he looks himself because he not human, he dolls too. Why he dolls? Because he hitman. but not just hitman. He government hitman from KGB. He is government killer who kill for government, and he not real person. He just detail in government mechanism.
Yeah.
By a basic idea was like this.
Yeah,
in
actually,
this movie,
yeah.
it's very interesting how change the vision of the movie from black and white and colors after the nails are in the brain.
Actually, first idea was to shoot a movie not on digital. It was later filmed on mini DV camera, but shoot it on black and white 16 millimeters film.
Mm.
But we haven't any possibility for scanning film. We can only processing all this filmed footage. It's many film rolls, a lot of film rolls needs make to make film even not so long like a nails, but you need shoot a lot of film rolls. But we can at those time we can process them themselves, but we can't dry it all because for this needs was needful special drying machine for film rolls, and we haven't it. Also, another one problem was that we can't really good scanning film rolls. No way, no possibility. And also was a problem with post production with sound, everything because all possibilities at those time and even maybe now too here in Russia was only in Moscow and St. Petersburg, but I live in another part of country, across all Russia. I live in far away part of Russia. I live in Khabarovsk. It's far east. It's border with China. It's northern China, former Manchuria. So here don't exist indie cinema. Here don't exist a lot of things. If you want to make film here, it's a fucking Vietnam War because you must fight for everything. It's not Moscow and it's not St. Petersburg. It's really another one dimension. So it's why film turns in color because if I don't will choose mini DV camera, it will be filmed totally black and white because we have only black and white film, no color film. And at first cut of Nails was no prologue, where Hitman and come and kill some political guy who said bad things about our dear president. Because in Russia, you better say only good things about president or fucking silent. So he said not really good things and he was killed. And this part of the movie don't existed in first cut. But when film was sent to USA, to America for American distributor, he said that he don't fucking understand what going on in film, who is main hero, and what going on there. And he asked me shoot very fast because he said that he having time, he must get his scene already now. So he wanted to get idea of who is main character, who is main hero, what he doing, what his work. So only for 3 hours I was forced to shoot this black and white prologue with Hitman work. It was very fast, and it's bad because exist 2 ways to do things: way it good, or make it good, or make it fast. I was forced to do everything very fast, and it's bad for end result, always bad.
Yeah, but I think that it's also the result. It's okay because you can see it's like the first part, the prologue, is not clear. It gives that feeling because it's he the main character start to see the real thing after he put the nails in his brain. So it's like what is before is like fast forward. It's like just the surface, and I think that actually it worked out in this way.
Okay, it's good if it's work anyway, but I really hate this beginning, and I'm working right now on new director's cut of Nails, where all bad things which I really hate, which don't turn well at first time, everything bad will be fixed in director's cut, and will be new one shots which don't existed before, was cut out or was missed because was no technical possibility to do it at those time, because Nails was filmed, was photographed, everything was made for 1 week only, and then 1 week was spent for post-production. It's the same when you can do it good, or do it or make it fast. I was forced to make it very fast, and I really don't like when I force it to make it fast because it's always bad.
Yeah, we want to see that director's cut. Absolutely. Now I am absolutely curious about it. Um, so, actually, I want to talk also about more in general. Uh, how do you start to approach the idea of making this kind of movies?
How I started to do my movies?
Yeah, when did you get the idea and how?
You know, when I even can't read, so I was very small. I was a little kid. My mother give me very rare Soviet book about Western fantastic cinema. It was named "Reality of Fantastic World" by critic Yuri Hanyutin, and it was filled with a lot of pics from all possible Western horror classic movies, from silent German expressionism movies to the nowadays at those time. It's in 70s, and it's such pictures so expressed me at those time that I my imagination was really wanted escape to some another one world than USSR gray reality. I wanted something wonderful, not like reality around me, which was really gray at those time, and it's still gray nowadays. It's not much things really changed. And as kid, I was really impressed by this subject, mysterious, demonic, scary, because in Soviet world, everything like this was banned. We never have seen anything like Western viewers have seen from childhood. Here was never was Halloween, never was published any scary stories, never was no any Lovecraft, nothing. It was all banned because it was fucking capitalism. Fuck it all. It's a forbidden subject because for Soviet men, no needs any horror because horror used by Western world to foolish the working class people. It's all. Fuck it all. It's also propaganda of cult of violence and cruelty. It's a fact because existed criminal laws which worked till end of 80s, for which people who watched such films like Evil Dead, Extra, Nightmare on Elm Street, and was captured by police, they was sent to prison camps, like for propaganda of cult of cruelty, violence, and brutality. It's fact. I have said about this to Giovanni Lombardo Radici. Correct me if I spelling his name wrong, and it's actually maybe spelled a little bit different in Italian. I just don't know. But I told him that some people was sent in prison camps because of his films which he did with Lucio Fulci. Correct me again if I spelling name wrong. Uh, and he was very amazed, like it was possible. Yeah, I said because it was criminal at those time. Many people were sent in prison because they watched horror movies. But for me, in USSR reality, it was magic. It was some kind of fairy tales, great fairy tales, window in another world. And from my childhood, I'm always dreaming to make my own movies. But of course, it was not possible in place where I raised and where I still live, because it's if you want be director, you must go to Moscow, spend few years of your life in uh, cinema university, and even if you will done it and you will get a diploma of movie director, you actually not will get work at film industry. You will get only diploma, but you don't will make movies. No, because it's closed world in Russia. It's closed world where you will get work if you or man. If you or man, if you friend or friends, if you someone of or cycle knows you, if you friend with needful mans in or cycle, you will get some work in film industry. If you just come from outside, you don't will get anything. So in 90s, I started work as a photographer. As photographer, I worked about 20 years maybe. And at those time, I started make my own films, but it was made like photo movies, so like photo comics, but very big, very big, made like actual film, sorted by scenes, scene by scene, and every scene was filmed with many takes, using many film rolls, everything, actors, costume, everything. I just haven't technical possibilities to make it right way. I think maybe I even someday I will publish it like a book. It will looks anyway like a film, but you need just turn on page and you will see how story is going on from the beginning to the end. There was no sound, but will be story in pictures with decoration, with actors, with stones, with special makeup, with everything. But at those time, was no possibility shoot own films uh, in good quality. I don't wanted to use VHS camera because it was clear it's make crappy quality. It's not good. So I choose it better do it with photo camera on film rolls than use VHS camera. And with nails, I choose use mini DV camera, which was just only getting sale. At those time, it was new stuff for video. It was a digital one camera. Before it was video H, VHS compact, something like this. I don't remember now. It was not really good quality. But with digital one mini DV, it was first time when I get a chance to make it all in a rightful way by myself. So I used this chance.
That's great, actually. Um, so actually, I am a little, how can I say? I'm a little shocked. It's like you really works on something that was also a little bit dangerous. So you really cared about that. You really pushed hard, and you faced a lot of difficulties on to to make it out to make it actually, and a lot of things. And actually, I would be also pretty curious to see that the book if you have something. Anyway, so yeah, do you have any question, Simone? Because
Um,
I want to do
yes.
one me and one you.
Okay. Um, Many directors in their film have influence from other directors they loved. It's interesting how it's not evident in your movies. Your movies are aesthetically Iskanov movie. You have a very personal style, but there are any directors you love and that inspired you?
It's not a secret that I impressed much. I studied much on Italian directors. If we will talk about Italian horror directors, is two names. Basic one. It's Lucio Fulci and Dario Argento. It's top one, top names in my list. It's basic one. So Lucio Fulci, he did many great pictures like Western, Massacre Time with Franco Nero and George Hilton, and he did Western, he did mafia, police thriller movie, he did zombie movie. He was great almost in everything. And his movies like a zombie impressed me really deep, because it was, for me, the zombie of Lucio Fulci much more better than Dawn of the Dead by George Romero, and of course much more better than Night of the Dead of Romero too. It's much more depressive, grim mood movie, really depressing movie, with much more strong atmosphere than Romero ever had in his movies. And sometimes it's much more special effects too, not only atmosphere and mood. And even nowadays, after Lucio Fulci, it's really nothing to do in gore, because Lucio did everything what anyone will do now in gore horror movie will be just repeat of something what Lucio already did many years ago. So he did everything, and he did great. And I love it, and very much love his movie like a lizard in a woman's skin. It's a masterpiece. Not any gore, really gore there, and it's stylish masterpiece. It's cinematographic. It's costumes. It's design. It's a styling, interior, work of camera. It's everyone who want be real movie maker at any field, like a cameraman, cinematographer, or a production designer. He must study this movie very well, because everything what you must know is in his one movie, Woman in a Lizard Skin. Everything there. It's a great masterpiece. I don't know how possible make something better. It's impossible for myself. It's really masterpiece. Also, even in Massacre Time Western with Franco Nero, a lot of symbolism. It's it's visible with very visible at end scene when Franco Nero kill his evil brother, who played by Nina Kostelnova, and bad guy dressed in all white suit and a lot of white pigeons over his dead body at end with blood on it. It's looks like inspiration for best movies of John Woo before John Woo started to do any cinema. And at the beginning of Massacre Time, we can see the same scene, which later seems was shown in Don't Torture a Duckling. Is a hero who chased by dogs, and later one of heroes is chained chained very violent way. It's a trademark of Fulci work. These ideas, such violent scenes. And I really love his movies. It's always great for study to see there's some details, and Dario Argento is different director. He did different movies. His best movies is filled with color lighting, with music, with great interior design like Suspiria and Inferno. Lucio Fulci almost never used color lighting since in New York Reaper movie he used green lighting and red one in one shot. It was a shot of when stripper girl from sex show was killed. It was single one shot which I remember from all his movies where he used color lighting. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's single one shot which I remember now. But at the same time, for Dario Argento, it was his trademark used color lighting for his scenes. In 70s age, as I remember, I have seen same color lighting like blue and red in one shot, only in music video. Only music video like ABBA, Money Money used the same way to shoot things with color lighting. And seems not much directors except for Mario Bava used the same way to shoot things, but it's create magic, really magic, dream-like atmosphere for movie. Lucio Fulci was more in realistic way to shoot things, but Dario Argento was in dream-like sequence, very realistic, magic realism way to show things in his movies. But they both was and still exist is top numbers in Italian horror, mystical thriller cinema for me, and I think not only for me.
Oh, absolutely, you're right. Even even a recent Dario's movie are not absolutely match with with those ones. And what about the most recent directors of horror movies? There is someone that you like in particular? That I mean, directors that are currently producing now.
From modern one nowadays directors. It's good question. It's really good, a really good question. I can say that it's nobody from Russia. It's really not from Russia, anyone, because I don't like modern Russian cinema at all. I don't think that I rewatched some modern movies many times. I have rewatched movies from 80s age many times, but not modern ones. I rewatched some TV series but it's not movie. I mean, it's not future movie, and seems it's even not horror, because I can say that I'm always watch horror movies. It's not, because I prefer not a horror, not gore, but it must be great atmosphere, great mood, great storyline. Like I said in a woman in lizard in a woman skin, something like this, which really well made and give some food for your imagination, something for which really catching you. I can say that from another one films I rewatched it many times. Extra by Harry Bromley Davenport, first one extra movie, which I really love, because I can say why I love this movie. And later I asked Harry Bromley Davenport, director of Extra, it's a 3 movie, not just one, ask him act in my own movie Breaking Ouroboros, and we did his part. I wrote part in my movie special for Harry, who is very charismatic guy, very smart guy, very great guy, and he act for myself in my movie Breaking Ouroboros, which is still in my work. But in his movie Extra, which a classic now, classic of horror and science fiction, you can see great example of broken reason and end result line. What it means? It means that in film exists the same logic like in Inferno or Suspiria by Dario Argento. Why? Because line reason and end result, they're broken. We can see end result, but we don't understand why it happens. It's show use not human logic, but dream logic, abnormal logic, not logic in our normal way. When you will, if you will study dreams, because me and my friend Victor Silkin, we used a lot of dreams. We asked people what you see in your dreams, and we written after them their dreams, and I studied them and sorted out what they really see, to later recreate this fragile dreamlike quality atmosphere in my movies. And Harry Bromley Davenport, I don't know how he did it. Maybe it was not his right purpose. Maybe he not really planned to do it, but he did in first one, not in second, not in third. It's a different movie. But in first one, extra, he did. He created this dream abnormal logic without any reason, but in dream-like quality logic, logic of dream, night dream, I mean. And it's about of maybe the best from any science fiction horror movies about UFO landing, because in the biggest part of such movies you see very how it's spelled right. Uh, Very physical things like some spaceship landing, door opens like in American science fiction of 50s and in 60s movies, and some extraterrestrial walked and everything. But not in extra. You see only some lighting in night sky. Then you see flashing and no any spaceship landing there. It's just like a dream. And if you will reading a lot of UFO sightings from people who say they have seen UFO or something very strange, it's always happens in similar way. Something strange in night sky, then they see or hear something strange noise or some strange creature in night wood, something like this. Not any spaceship landings. It's Harry did it more like a non-traditional way, not like all similar films was made before him. Uh, Only one film can be maybe it's a different, but it's in common field. It's American film Communion with Christopher Walken, which about the same subject, and there's some same idea at end. Hero walked in something uh, which maybe spaceship, but it's look like something Gothic building, not real spaceship. So it's a broken reason and effect and result line. It's spaceship which not really a spaceship. It's something maybe not in deep space. Maybe it's from another dimension. We don't know. We we can sort it out for myself, for ourselves, what it really. So I love such films which don't use uh, cliche, uh, which not typical way made something not non-traditional in own like a thing in itself way. Uh, like first one extra, like communion. Uh, uh, exist many great films which 30 or 20 and more than 20 years old and which I loved. But I can't remember nowadays a modern one directors which I rewatched many times. Uh, Last one horror movie which I watched was Nosferatu. Uh,
Which one?
yes. Which I watched was Nosferatu with a vampire uh, who looked like Nietzsche, dead Nietzsche. Uh, and I don't think that I will rewatch it again because it's very good made, but it's not catching my imagination. Actually, it's even don't reshoot great shots from original Nosferatu when you can see Nosferatu who walk and hold his own coffin.
Hmm.
Same image was used in Phantasm by Don Cascarelli movie,
Hmm.
but not used in modern one version of Nosferatu. I don't know why. It's very silly for my way, but okay, it's my opinion.
Actually, when you were talking about movies that play with the reality and the dream, with a not linear logic, I was thinking that is more recent than Extra, but not so recent anyway, because I am a big fan of Carpenter. So In the Mouth of Madness, that movie give me the same feeling.
Yes, I'm a big fan of Carpenter myself too. I love this movie too. I think it's one of his of Carpenter best work. But also exists one more movie from Carpenter. It's The Fog, which I
Oh,
very much
Yeah.
love too. It's have the same dreamlike quality. It's perfect example of the same non-linear storyline. But it's of course it's much more clear than in Extra. But anyway, it's not really a traditional way. It's more in mood, in atmosphere than in really in uh, traditional storyline. It's why remake of The Fog was terrible. It was poor garbage. Uh, it's I watched it remake once, and I never will watch it again because it's so bad that I just haven't words to explain how it really shitty was. But remake was made in traditional way, where everything must be explained for American viewers, and it's a big mistake because it's don't work it this way. Uh, how Harry Bromley Davenport say to me, Andrei, your movies is too esoteric, too occult, too strange to wait for American viewers. You do too strange. Yes, I do. I do very strange movies. I do too wait movies. Maybe it's I do them for weight and strange and esoteric persons. I don't know. Uh, but I think if you like such films like Extra, like something from Italian directors, not maybe from Argento or Fulci, because except for them exist great masterpieces like if I spell it right now, it's Le Orme, Footsteps, with Florinda Balkan in main role. It's great the same example of dream-like, not linear storyline. It's really great example of dream-like movie where everything based on mood and atmosphere. No, no storyline which will be fit well for American viewers because American viewers they love films like Marvel production, uh, Marvel movies which I never have seen, never have watched, like Transformers and everything like this. It's not for myself. Uh, I think you have seen the Footsteps or Le Orme, if I spell it correct,
Orme.
movie.
No, I
Orme.
Huh?
I never saw it. I never saw it.
Okay,
You?
okay,
Mm.
okay. It's a great movie with great atmosphere, with great camera work and great music. In best Italian movies, always was great music. Really great music in Footsteps is great music too. Uh, I wonder if ever was released a soundtrack on CD or LP. I don't know, but I will be like to have it in my collection.
about dream logic and not linear story. I remember a movie that is like a journey into the physical, psychological suffering. It is vision of suffering.
Yes, it's a film which not turns well from first attempt, and at those time it was in 1 year when I did nails. It was Visions of Suffering was actually made same summer of same year, but in USA it was released few years later. So in IMDb, a wrong date, but in credits, in end credits, you can see real date of when a movie was made. It's in first version of Visions of Suffering. It's same year of when Nails was made. In Visions of Suffering, final director's cut, it's more than 1 year, much more, because many was reshoot, many was added later in already nowadays. But at those time in the year of nails, I had a dream. It was a nightmare, uh, which I have seen during running. Was strong storm, and I have seen a very scary dream when something evil, which was in dream, called as vampires. By the way, I really don't like films of about vampires. It's not my favorite movies, but in dreams, it's was called as vampires. I don't know why, but I keep it for movie version. It's tried get inside of flat and used some tricks like call it in phone and say it a gas service and you must open the doors because it's a possibility gas inside of your flat, something like that. I don't remember end of the dream, sadly, but after I wake up, I call it to my friend Victor Silkin, who was in Visions of Suffering as a phone repairman. He acted in all my movies, and I have told him all this my dream, and we decided to make. I decided later, in few days after, to make film new one based on my nightmare dream. Actually, it was nightmare, not nightmare. And I tried to keep as much of dream atmosphere as was only possible, uh, using a lot of non-linear storyline, used a lot of dream elements to make it look much more like something not from our reality, but from another one dimension, something like this. But in first time, a lot of things go wrong. How it was when you want uh, when you want something for your movies, for your film, but you can't work it right how you want it to be, and you say, okay, I can't do it how work it how I want, but maybe it's okay like it exists now. Okay, keep it. then something else happens wrong. Like I want such lighting or such camera moves, but I can't get it right now. But okay, I keep it how it exists right now. It's compromises, 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 and what happens at the end? Everything go wrong because it's not what you planned at the beginning. It's what happens for first time with visions of suffering. Everything what can go wrong, it's all go wrong. And I did mistakes that I agree for compromises. Uh, I did to use a lot of CGI effects because it was time when Matrix movie just come in cinema and everyone uh, told me you planned to use uh, real prosthetics in your movie, model of building, you crazy. It's don't will used in cinema anymore. It's not needs to use 3D models and computer effects. And I did a mistake that I said, okay, okay, let's try it. And it's all turned bad at end result, but it was too late to change something because it cost a lot of money to me to make or to pay it for all these CGI effects. It cost everything, almost everything, which I got from nails sales on DVD from USA. I paid all this money for CGI in post production for first cut of Visions of Suffering, and it all turns shit. So after it, I never will use CGI, never again. I used only practical effects right on camera, and I reshoot. I reshoot all effects and biggest part of scenes except for beginning in new version in director's cut of Visions of Suffering. And I kept only beginning of the movie because it's the beginning of the movie. It's more or less was what I have seen in my dream, except for line of my hero.
The opening title of Vision Suffering are amazing. Are amazing. It's a visual. It's visual art. And that kind of music joined with that image it's are very amazing.
Many thanks uh, for your so nice opinion about my work. Uh, I really don't like first cut of the movie. I was happy when I attend. I was remade this movie because I love it. Original idea. I love it. My dream, and I wanted to remake it in a good one version of this, and I did it after many years. Uh, it was released in Italy twice. By the way, uh, I mean Visions of Suffering. It was from Spasmo Video and from Tetro Video, if I spell it right.
Yeah.
Yes. It was released in Germany. It was released in Scandinavia. In Germany, nowadays, recently, it was released as extras for Philosophy of a Knife movie. So if you someone will buy German modern one German edition of Philosophy, he will found as extra Visions of Suffering final director's cut there. So it's a nice bonus will be
Yeah.
for him.
Uh,
Yes,
can I ask you which
of
is
course.
between your movies, which is the one that you are most proud of?
What you mean?
That you are very happy. You say about the movie. You see, you can say, yeah, this is the movie that I am most happy that I had done. I am most happy about it.
You mean what my own favorite movie for today?
Yeah, from your movies, yes.
Okay, I think if you really love your own work, it means something wrong with you, like with artists, because real artists never love his own work to the end, because he see all imperfection in it. He see any lost possibilities to make it much more better. So actually, I never happy to the end, to the full perfection with my own work, because I know how I seen it in my mind and what I get at end, and I happy at some part of it only if I get close to idea how it must be, which I had in my mind, but I never get full perfection. I don't know, maybe someone is happy with his own works, but me no. I know that my newest movies like Ingression, which almost seems almost 20 years in production, something like this, nowadays. It will be much more better than all my previous movie, because very much time and efforts was put in this. The same with Breaking Ouroboros, about which I already told, where acted Harry Bromley Davenport, which was filmed in different places of the world, partly uh, in Europe, partly in Asia, like in Thailand, uh, with different actors from different countries. My early movies like Nails and Philosophy, it's much more limited movies, which always connected with uh, some place and some time. My newest movies, I don't want to be connected to some place or some time. I want make it such way that it's will be interesting to rewatch after many years, and it not lost much quality after years, because when you have seen when you watch some movies from 50s, you at same time you see it's 50s age by cars, by music, by fashional, by style and everything. And my latest work, I try and don't use anything which reflect nowadays fashion in music, or in fashion, in interiors. So it's uh, used different different fashional different styles, like original Blade Runner movie, when a lot of different styles and architecture styles and fashionable and cigarettes, everything, any details, and all it together construct, make, twink in itself, its own world, not connected with real one of any real time or age. So Ingression and Breaking Ouroboros was filmed in different countries with different actors to create own world. Like Ingression, it's a movie inspired by real stories. It's a story, one of them, it's a story of alchemist known as Fulcanelli, which very famous in esoteric world, which books was released before Second World War in France and Italy and even in Russia. I have one of his books, which explain it much more about not of alchemy as a way of making gold, but as alchemy as a secret science to get elixir, some way to turn immortal. By the way, Fulcanelli, like a hero, used in film Chronos by Guillermo del Toro. It started with Fulcanelli, who died after he got immortality with a mechanism named Chronos, which like a mechanical spider who suck blood, his own blood, and give him eternal life. So Fulcanelli was real person who said he got eternal life, and many believe that he still exists and life in Spain, as his friend said. He meted him in Spain in own castle in 70s, and he said he have seen how Fulcanelli changed his sex. He turns into woman by his will. So he seen him as woman by morning, but by day he have seen him again as his regular shape. And this idea of person who can change his sex I used in Vision of Suffering, final director's cut, but by in more primitive way. But anyway, it's shown in this movie. It's shown as family evil spirit turns into male evil spirit. In alchemy, one of sacred symbols, it's androgyne, dual sex creature. So this Fulcanelli, it's his story is reflect well in a French book about magic and esoteric. I can't spell original French title, but in English it's translated like a morning of magicians. It's two authors, it's Jacques Bergier and I don't remember now second one, but it's a great book. Try to find it and read. It's a lot of info about meeting of Fulcanelli. Real one episodes, it's written there. So it's in my movies a lot of magic atmosphere, like in I hope so in Inferno by Dario Argento, which I really love. By the way, in Inferno, on a wall of building where live on of evil matters who reflects death itself, written in this building. I don't know. I don't remember the date. Leave it. Georgy Gurdjieff. Georgy Gurdjieff is a famous esoteric figure from Russia who was friend with young Stalin when he was young, before revolution, and who did later own esoteric way, and you can found a lot of info about a Gurdjieff in the net. So Dario Argento was also deep in esoteric background for his movies, and he used some real background, real stories. Like in Suspiria, he used idea that part of witches in dance academy in Germany, actually Russian witches, to woman when Susan Bannon going to walk in corridor close to the end, they speak in Russian. They speak Russian. It's a way of Argenta shows to viewers that they from Russia. It's Russian witches, or maybe some part of them are Russian witches, because in Russia existed very uh, black magician connected with cemeteries, corpses, coffins, everything. If you will read about Russian black magic, it's always a necromancy. It's not something like modern modern Western West magic like Wicca. Not in Russia. It's always something very grim and deep and close to Satanism, something like this.
Yeah, actually, there is a deep connection between the imaginary of the witches and the vampires, because both have similarities, like the fact that they are connected with the realm of the dead. So in a certain way, witches are like the daughters of vampires. So in many places where vampire legends and imaginary was, then it became about witches, and they are pretty much connected as imaginary. Anyway, I want to ask you another thing about movies and director. You told that you don't like directors from Russia. Actually, I want to ask you, how is the situation, even in the underground or in the indie, or I don't know, because I really don't know. How is the situation about horror movies in Russia right now?
I will say you. I can explain why I really don't like much more modern Russian underground of horror, indie cinema, or anything. Because people who try and do such movies here, it's people who, like me too, in my childhood, never had a historical background like Western people. He again never had entire childhood Lovecraft, Halloween, everything.
Yeah.
They had Soviet childhood like myself. But they must feel this very big, very deep hole in their mind with that needful historical background. They must watch a lot of movies. They must watch a lot of TV shows, old one, not modern one, a lot of old one movies, not only Fulci, but a lot of things. They must study very careful because history of this genre, of this kind of cinema, it started not today. It started not yesterday. It's long ago, but it was banned in USSR. It was banned in modern Russia in 90s. And myself studied it well, very well. I spent all my life for this. But they try and do such movies right from place, not try and fill the empty background with needful information, because you must know what you're trying to do. You must know how it come to the world from German expressionism, from Nosferatu original, not modern one, from Dr. Caligari, from everything, how it come to the world. It's your ABC book for every day. But modern one, teen, or maybe not so teen, but young people, trying to do it everything, their own movies based on modern one movies, like one more attempt make new one, Night of the Dead, new one, Evil Dead, something like this, but it don't will work, never will work, because they just don't feel how make it work right way, make it work well, because they haven't roots in the background of this. They not connection with. They never studied it well. They just maybe read something, maybe watch it something modern American films. But horror, it's not American genre. It's deep root in European history. It started not from USA. It started very deep in even before cinema age. It started from fairy tales, from legends, and it's all background which you need know. You know, you need to know very well. So it's why I don't like modern Russian independent cinema, because people who do it, they haven't background to do these things right way. It's my opinion. By the way, as Italians, can you say me, in Italian giallos movies, in Italian thriller, when heroes drink something alcohol, you of course remember it was J&B Scotch always.
Yeah.
Almost in every movies, Italian one, giallo of thriller, everything. If they drink, it was J&B Scotch. But what cigarettes they smoke? It's always same in all classic Italian giallos. It's always only one kind of cigarette packs. Do you remember what its cigarette was?
I never noticed.
No,
It's even
me too.
shown in one of my favorite Italian crime movies, Milano Caliber 9,
Mm.
when lead hero come to Barbara Boucher, his girlfriend, and smoke cigarette, but he shot in the back and dead. And after his death, camera zoom to cigarette, and it's still smoke alive on the table after a hero already dead. It was great sequence, but every time it's shown on same cigarette. This one, Astor.
Hmm.
These cigarettes don't exist nowadays. It's what I bought special to make my own tribute to details of Italian cinema in my own movies. This is Astor cigarettes which used in Giallo movies, almost of all of them in Giallo and in crime films of 70s. If you will look now more careful, you will see this pack which used almost any heroes of these movies.
Actually, we called you because we want to share the love that we have for your movies with you, and it seems that you are sharing the love that you have for Italian movies with us. So it's great.
Yes, so
Okay.
if someone really want make a serious movie of subject nowadays, he must know how it was in 70s. Even if it's not much means nowadays, but it's important for history.
Yeah.
Because I watch really careful uh, films of 70s, of Italian, of French. My childhood, Italian and French films was in big theatrical showing in in USSR. Even one film of Lucio Fulci was in cinema and on TV. It was White Fang movie with Franco Nero. And many Italian and French movies was in cinema. Even one Sergio Corbucci movie. It was Bluff with Adriana Celentano. It's a comedy. It's not any gore or horror. It's a comedy. Maybe you have seen it, maybe not, but I think
Yeah,
you have seen.
I don't get the title. Maybe we call it in another way. Who is the director?
Sergio Corbucci. Sergio Corbucci.
Sergio.
It's the director of
Wait.
Django, original Django.
Yeah. Let me check because maybe we have another title.
Maybe.
I think that there are maybe Sing maybe.
It's Sergio Corbucci. It's seems 75 years or about
Yeah.
this time. It was very popular movie in USSR in my childhood. I
You
have
say that
seen it in
the title is
cinema.
the title is which is the title? Sorry.
As I remember, it's named Bluff.
Bluff. Okay.
Yes, Bluff.
Yes, Bluff. It's a movie with Adriano Celentano is
Yes.
playing poker.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I got it.
Yes. So many Italian films actually was in Soviet times in cinema here. Basically, it was a comedies or Italian thrillers like movies of Damiano Damiani with Franco Nero about mafia. Which had a strong social or political subject in itself. And all movies of Damiano Damiani is always was deep in social modern subject of confrontation with mafia in modern Italy. And Italian TV series La Piovra was very mega popular in USSR when I was teen, and people crying when Commissar Katani was killed in season 2, really crying. I don't know what series can be more popular nowadays here, but at those time it was really something sensational. Was no people on street, everyone watched it at this time at evening. La Piovra, a new episode. It was mega popular here. So I don't think that you have seen so much Italian movies or Russian movies like me have seen Italian one.
Actually, not. I am pretty sure of it.
I bet you have seen, of course, Andrei Tarkovsky movies,
Yes.
maybe Eisenstein or something like this.
Yeah, but it seems that you know, especially from the 70s movies, you know Italian movies pretty well.
Yes, it's because I love them. It's and I think I still have missed something great always out of my focus because it's never was released on DVD, or it was released but I never have seen it. But I think I have seen a lot of Italian movies. But ask your questions, because I think I tired you with my own
No, okay. A question about philosophy of a knife, of course. Philosophy of a knife is considered it's a cult movie. It's considered an extreme horror movies, but I think that the real horror is not that you see, but it's that you see it's are the real fact. This is the real horror, and how born the idea to make a movie about Unit 731?
Okay, how it was born. As I have told you, I had a friend, my best friend was Victor Silkin, who was in Visions of Suffering as phone repairman. And he once told me that he had very old, in any sense of word, friend, Anatoly Protasov, who was military translator on Soviet trial against Unit 731 after war. And this trial happens not in Moscow, not in St. Petersburg, but in my city, Khabarovsk. And he said this guy, he's still alive, but he very old. And I got idea that I must shoot interview with him, because it's very rare possibility to get in touch with real life history.
Yeah.
And later I have get know more and more details, new aspects about Anatoly Protasov, who was not only a military translator on trial, but he was single white European man who was citizen of Manchuria and get in very close Japan medical university before Second World War, and studied it in Japanese language and got diploma of doctor. It's unique case when Imperial Japan, somebody from Europa get in and studied so well that got in diploma. He perfectly speak in English, and he said not true in interview in my movie, but I will say you much more about background of him in North Manchuria. Actually, he was Soviet agent. I don't know how and where and how where he was. He started work for Soviet intelligence service. It's not KGB because KGB it's analog of German Gestapo, who spying on own citizens. But for outside work in other countries was another one division named MGB, or Military Intelligence Service. So some way Anatoly Protasov was get in contact with them. He was young and very idealistic person who believed in some high ideals, and he started work for secret Soviet service on territory of Manchuria, and he got in some point he got order to get close to Unit 71 in a physical way, as got close to these buildings. I don't know, maybe make pics of it, maybe something else. I don't know details. It's told me Viktor Silkin after Protasov told it to him as his closest friend. But as Protasov said in my movie, he was great sportsman, champion of Harbin, of running. He was champion runner. He killed people for secret service of USSR. He did orders and killed some people. I don't know who was these people. I think it was some collaborant who worked for Japan government in occupied Harbin in Manchuria, but I don't think I don't know actually who was those persons, but I know how he did it. It's a story which will be great for real biopic movie about spy who work on enemy territory. He was champion of run, so he can run in very fast, but he can't use any weapons because there was Japanese patrol, soldiers, police, Japan on roads, on streets, who can check anyone suspected guy, and if he have any even pocket knife like this, he won't be executed right on place on the street, so he can't get any weapon to kill. So he prepared like bits of glass, broken glass bottle, or part bits of iron can. He planned the way where his victim will walk, and he planned it all carefully till to the minute. He going to some people where always was a lot of men, like a casino or restaurant or cafe, and in the right place he go out, walk it out in toilet, and jump from the window. He ran like a mad from the street to Planet Point, where he waited his victim. Then he very fast killed him and returned back to cafe or casino or restaurant and walk it out from toilet. and Japanese can catch him because they can't believe that somebody can move so fast on the streets. And he always have a alibi for himself that people have seen that he never don't leave this building. Just for few minutes, he walked out in toilet, and Japanese never catched him. It's a story which he told to his closest friend, Victor Silkin, and Victor Silkin told it to me. In my film, in philosophy, it's he make one error, which can give you the key that it's not he not just simple guy as he explained he was at those time. It's not. In my film, in interview, he told that after war, some officer of KGB blamed him that he is Japanese spy, and Anatoly Protasov beaten him, officer of KGB, so hard that spent him in hospital for long time, and after it he was don't get any punishment. He was not executed, but at those time, actually, if you beat shit from officer of KGB, he have total right just kill you on the place, but it's not happens. Why? Because he was not just a simple guy like he saying in my movie. He perfectly knows Japanese language, and he knows perfectly Japan medical terminology, because in every country exists uh, own own terminology, own names, like for for illness, for tools, for surgical tools. In Italy, its own. In USA, its own. In Russia, its own. Like if you're not deep in this subject, you just don't understand what about people talk. If even if you know some language, and he was great in Japanese and in Japan medical terms, and he was the same person because of which the world get idea about Unit 731, because he was basic translator of trial, because his boss who was written in official book of memo of materials of Unit 731. I don't remember a correct title, but it was official book of all materials of from trials of USSR versus Unit 731. His boss was not Japan translator. He was translator from Chinese language, but he was officer of KGB too, and he was written in this book like main translator, but actually he can't speak well Japan language. Protasov did all basic works, and he get in contact with last Chinese emperor Puyi. If you have seen film Bertolucci, Last Emperor, opening of the movie starts when last Chinese emperor sent from Khabarovsk, from my city, back to China. And one scene there is made very, very right way to details. It's when Emperor of China, Puyi, with Japan generals, trying to escape on plane from Manchuria, but was captured by Soviet paratroopers and soldiers. It's how it really happens in real life. And Protasov was a translator with him, with many Japan doctors and scientists, and he have seen many of them because they all or biggest part of them studied with him in same medical Japan university. It's he said it in my movie, but I repeat it for you and for your viewers one more time now. So and it's all his translation was published officially, and it how world first time get idea about Unit 731. And this book was used later for Chinese movie, Man Behind the Sun. It was not any author documents. It was used materials from Khabarovsk trial of Unit 731 for Chinese movie. But Protasov always told me and Viktor Silkin that it's Chinese movie is bullshit. Why bullshit? Because it was not sadists like shown in Chinese movie. It was real scientists and real doctors, which not was like show it in Chinese movie, did some tortures of cat. He said it's absolutely nonsense. They did serious things there. Not any cats tortures, but it's just crazy bullshit, he said. By the way, he very loved cats. He had great big one cat, and I have pics of him with this cat I did when I did interview with him. So China's China's version. It's a very bad movie for many reasons. For animal cruelty, for China's communistic propaganda.
Yeah.
Because I know that in Italy existed communistic party, and Giovanni Lombardo Radici told me that his father was in one of was in a communistic part of Italy, one of big people there in his time. But Chinese communism is totally different thing. It's not so intelligent like Italian. It's a different kind. And I hate this kind of communism. It's a really Chinese propaganda movie. It shows Japanese people like some non-human but some alien monsters, some sadistic psychos. And I don't know why people love this movie. I just can't understood why it's happened because of gore. But I can't love this movie because of his gore or violence effect. It's not for myself. By the way, when I shoot my philosophy, I don't have seen The Man Behind the Sun. I have watched it only after done my own movie. And late after this, I watched two sequels of Man Behind the Sun. It's so-called sequels because it's sequels only for Western public, for Western viewers, because in Chinese it have different original titles. They have different titles. It's not real right sequels of Man Behind the Sun. It's made by different people. And for myself, Man Behind the Sun Part 2 and even Part 3 much more better than first one because it's not so subjected on Chinese propaganda, but go away in some fictional storyline. It's okay. Why not? But please don't do such animal cruelty. Don't do such nonsense propaganda that's superior when Chinese communists jump on the sword with I do everything for China. I will die for China with pride for it. It's a nonsense. It don't work in real life.
There is something that I really there is something that is said in Philosophy of a Knife that really touched me. That was like these people were not monster. You know, the people that did this evil, they were they were obeying to orders. They were actually doing research. They got some results. They were not monster.
Yes,
Probably,
yes. It was one of my basic ideas in creation of this movie to make not film about monsters, but make a film about real people. And the story when Japanese soldier have romantic feelings for captured girl, it's not a fiction. It was in reality. I heard this story when Japan soldier had romantic feeling with one of Russian girls in prison in jail of Unit 731. It's and he give her some cosmetics, some lipstick, some eyeshadows, some gifts secretly gifts for her. It's what in reality happens. Actually, we don't know much about what was inside of this. Inside of Unit 731, because it's almost nobody alive now who can say to use what really was there. Biggest part of materials was destroyed. Another one part get Americans, and only few documents was on trials of in Khabarovsk shown in trials, but we don't know a lot of details. And when I did my own films, when I did my film philosophy, I mean, I haven't enough of information about many things which existed there. There like experiments with pain, how much pain can get a person, because at those time for war it was such important things, because if a soldier get bullet in chest or in neck or in head, how much he can stay alive till he don't get dead, can he fight or not, and everything. At those time it was important because was Second World War, and Japanese and German and Soviet scientists actually did same things. They all did same experiments on alive people. Not only Japanese did, Soviet, Russian did too, and I think that Americans did the same things too on alive people, because I, as said, told Protasov, it's a very big difference how react the cat or monkey or rat body to some situation, to some wound, and how react human body. It's very big difference. You can get real rightful results if you will use a cat as subject for experiments, because reaction results will be very different with human and with cat or monkey or rat. So it's not only Japanese did it. Actually, all big countries all big countries at those time, and even after war, did experiments on people, not only Japanese. It's only Japanese case and German case get big publicity after war because it was losing in war countries, and they was publicity was claimed as enemies, and all this, all their bad experiments and things was published everywhere. But Americans and Russian did the same. In Russia, even in 50s age, was many experiments, as I hear, on people in Kazakhstan. It's a Republic of Kazakhstan, and at Stalin, in Stalin age, it was used a lot of prisoners. Was used a lot of poison on prisoners. Tested how work different poisons, which later used KGB to kill some people, even not in Russia, even in another one countries. So actually, it's possible to do philosophy of a knife part 2, philosophy of a knife part 3, part 4, because humanity did a lot of bad things on people, always, all the time. Any big country did it. We can make philosophy of a knife about Vietnam, about Germany and Gulag, everything.
Yeah, that's sadly true, actually. So, wow, that was pretty. That was strong, actually. And
Again, forgive me for my bad English, because I long time not don't speak English here, so I forget how to spell right many words. So I hope you get idea what I
no,
what I say
absolutely,
to you.
was very clear, actually. Um, and we are from Italy, so we did the our part of atrocities too. So we know what you're talking about. So yeah.
And I forgot to say that in philosophy, for philosophy of a knife part 2, I wrote synopsis. It's planned to be much more fictional movie, but based on real events. And because Giovanni Lombardo Radici loved first one philosophy, I offered him role in philosophy part 2. It's planned to be role of Catholic priest in Manchuria, which get involved in a story about Unit 731, but not like in first movie. He planned to be one of central heroes, characters in philosophy, and he saying, yes, I'm ready. Send a screenplay to my agent. He give me address and email of his agent, but I never get raise money to make philosophy part 2. Sadly, I never get raise money because it must be much more bigger movie. It's and needful money which I never raised it, sadly. Uh, so I never did philosophy part 2. I did only synopsis which he read, and I still have it. I still have it somewhere, but Giovanni sadly dead now, so I never had a chance to work with him. So it's very sad for myself because I really love it to work would love to work with him. I love it, his movies. I even when I have talk with him, I never asked him any typical fan questions like how you work it with Lucio Fulci, how you work it, because don't want to look for him like a typical fan who ask. So I never asked him, and now I regret about that because I never asked how he worked with Fulci, with Bava, Lamberto Bava, Michele Soavi. I love for myself, by the way, is best film of Michele Soavi, The Sect, La Sette, where Giovanni Lombardo Radici have a small role, but its film starts with from his character in Germany in metro. He have human heart in his pocket. And I wanted him. I have seen his face as Catholic priest in occupied Manchuria in China at those time, and sadly, it never happens in reality. I still very much regret about this. Sorry, what you planned to ask me about?
No, you replied to many things that I wanted to ask you already. So yeah, actually, mm, I think that maybe there are some other things, but are totally out of topic, and I don't want to talk about it right now. Actually, I think that it was so great to talk with you, and was really a great experience. I can say that seriously. So maybe if is it possible, maybe it would be nice to talk with you another time, and maybe also talk about something else. But I think that by now I feel satisfied about this.
No problem, my friend. But if you have something to ask me, no problem. Welcome. Ask me anything what you want to ask.
Yeah. No, it's just that it's okay right now. I think that it's okay for for what was this interview to just talk about this, because yeah, I like the way that it got, and what we talk, and it was great to know, and something that I really didn't expect to turn out from this interview. So it was really an enrichment for me personally. So I'm
me too.
really thank you for your words. Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much, my friend. My friends too. It was great pleasure for me to answer your questions. Actually, I'm talk myself much more than you asked me. Maybe I just don't give you chance to ask something with myself dialogue. So anyway, it was great pleasure for myself to meet you and talk a little bit, really a little bit about European and Italian cinema as I see it, and something about my past, my background, my historical background in horror, and not only horror movies. So it was a big pleasure for myself, really.
Thank you very much.
Thank
It was
you.
a pleasure. So I think that it's okay for us to say goodbye for now, and maybe we will see another time, and maybe we can also talk about some other movies. Maybe
Anytime, my friend. Anytime.
yeah,
It's
that's great.
it will be great pleasure for me to talk with you both again. No problem. Anytime.
Thank you very much. So see you next time, Andrei, and thank you again very much.
Thank you too, my friend. Bye for now.
So bye to everyone that was online, and thank
Good
you.
night. Bye.
Thank you to all the people that will see this interview. And if you like it, put a like on it, and put some comments. And so see you all next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.